Okay, I am not gonna lie, gonna be super honest with you. Right now, I am sat in my bedroom and I am absolutely freaking melting. We are going through a bit of a heat wave and it is so hot and sticky. And as much as I love the sunshine and the heat, like I am melting. But you know what? We're rolling with it. I'm recording this podcast episode for you guys because I'm super excited about this one. And actually, it's kind of like a little bit of a follow on from the last episode, rewiring our thoughts and our brains to freaking success and to happiness, joy, love, abundance. We are in control of that. And what if I told you today? What if I said that you could completely shift your energy in the next 10 minutes? 10 minutes time, completely shift your energy. And that's not by pushing harder, but it's actually leaning into your most magnetic feminine self. As women, we are naturally magnetic. We are naturally intuitive. We naturally attract. That is in our nature. That is who we are. And when we embody that, life gets pretty freaking magical. So can you think of a time in the past where something just shifted for you, almost like instantly, where your energy just shifted to a higher state? So like for me, for example, I have felt instantly more radiant in a moment, maybe simply just after dancing in my living room to myself, or, when you do your makeup and put on a cute outfit for absolutely no reason at all, other than to feel good in yourself, in your body, yeah? Or doing a simple meditation in the sunshine, or a particular style of breath work that just completely alters your energetic state. It's just freaking incredible how you have the control to do that in any given moment. The other day, for example, I think I'd had a bit of a bad morning. I can't even remember what had happened. I remember having a few things that had irritated me that morning, and I was in the car on the way to the gym, and I just did. Now, this is a breathwork practice, and it's called Breath of Fire. I did this practice, and basically it's where you shoot out I'm not going to explain this very well, but basically you focusing on the breath out, and it's all through the nose, but you're basically just focusing on the breath out. So it's like so the breath in is almost like automatic, but you're focusing on the breath out. Now, there's a lot of science behind that. I do want to do an episode specifically about breathwork because honestly it has freaking changed my life, okay? But today's not the day. What I'm basically getting at is even just doing that, it got me into a better state. I was just driving in the car and I was just like, I'm gonna do some breath of fire, and I did it for literally like 2 minutes on the trot and then held my breath, and honestly I felt euphoric, and that wasn't even a full breathwork session. Yeah. So that is how easily we are in control of shifting our energetic state, of instantly becoming more radiant, more high vibe. We are in control. Now's the time to freaking take the reins and go for it. The intention of this episode today is to help you, to help the women that are listening today, or men if you're listening as well, if you want to, embody that goddess energy that we all have within us. It's about reconnecting with our body and instantly elevating our vibe. And you have the potential to do that right here, right now within you. Okay? So I just want to talk about like feminine goddess energy, because obviously, as you all know, we do have feminine and masculine energy, and it's important to have a healthy balance of both. And I think often, so for example, the men that are listening, I think often men don't think that they are feminine, don't think that they can have a feminine energy. Maybe thinks that they just have to be masculine, that they cannot have any feminine within them. And same with some women, like, no, I don't want any masculine energy. And no, it's about having a healthy balance of both. And I think it's important to remember, especially with feminine energy, It's not about just being soft and pretty, 24/7, or just like waiting for someone to come and save you. That's not what feminine energy is at all. True feminine energy is having a deep presence. It's about emotional awareness, and it's about our intuition, really feeling into our intuition, which is speaking to us all the time. We just often choose not to listen to it, but it's there. As women, we are so intuitive. If we tap into that, it leads to miracles, I'm telling you. And again, feminine energy, it is that magnetism, drawing things in effortlessly, attracting things in. Again, feminine energy is creative expression and self-trust. So can you see, it's not just about, putting your makeup on or having a facial, going for a massage, putting on the pretty dress. There's so much more to it. Real feminine energy, it is within us all, and we have to practice from that space, men included. If we think of the science, when you are in that feminine flow, your nervous system, it just naturally relaxes. We relax because we are at ease. We have this knowing. We're leaning into our intuition. We're in our flow. So we're more relaxed because we're just following the flow of life, of how we feel, and moving forward with that in a place of self-trust, of complete trust and surrender. And this shift, it puts you into a more magnetic frequency. It really, really does. You become magnetic, and people, they just feel your vibe. Like they feel that magnetic energy from you. Like I said, it is important to have a healthy balance. So as women and men, again, masculine energy, extremely important. So the masculine energy, it's that doing, it's the achieving, it's the setting goals and going for them. Taking the action. So as much as we want to be in flow and listening to our intuition and being open to receive, of course, we can't just sit there and meditate all day and hope that occurs. Then the masculine energy comes into play, where we get up, we take the action. If you want to go to a particular destination, the feminine energy is putting that route into your car and trusting that the sat-nav will take you there. But then you, of course, have to put your foot on the gas, or you have to fill up your tank with petrol, So it's having that healthy balance. However, in this modern day society, the masculine energy is definitely is often more celebrated, and it often is the stronger energy within both men and women, okay? In this modern society, we are all about getting out there and hustling and achieving this milestone and gaining this figure in your bank account or whatever. It's doing. However, as women, that's when we actually become burnt out, when we are too much in our masculine mode. It's good to have a little bit of masculine, like you need that, but when you're too much in it, you become burnt out. So there's a lot of these TikToks nowadays about how, women, we're just doing it all. So it's all this like toxic dating culture, which I try not to get too involved with, but essentially what it's saying is like, men want this feminine woman. They want the woman who will cook and clean and, look all pretty and things like that. However, also she's having to go out to work every day and, look after the kids as well and do the housework and do this. Like that is when you get burnt out. Yeah. And whether you're with a partner or not, if you are constantly grinding and hustling and going, it's going to catch up with you. That's not how we are meant to live. That's not what we are actually here for. And it will put us into a state of survival and fight or flight mode. It's not good for us. And it doesn't get the results that you seek. I can tell you that from experience as well. So here's a couple of signs maybe that you might be disconnected from your feminine energy, and there's no judgment here, and it is quite common, so please don't worry if this is the case. But here's a couple of signs, and one of them could be, are you constantly overthinking or overworking? Have a little think about that for a moment. Are you constantly overthinking or overworking? Are you going all in on your business? Are you staying late at work every day? Are you overthinking all of the bills that you've got to pay, all of the jobs you've got to do around the home, the family, the friends that you've got to see? What's going on in your head? Another little sign that you could be disconnected from your feminine energy. Do you just feel a little bit sort of like disconnected from your creative flow? Like, do you just feel a bit dry creatively? So I often go through this myself. I have to remind myself to be creative, to just sit and paint even, or to get up and dance. I think I've mentioned this many a times. At the gym now, I've gotten more into calisthenics, and I am loving the just doing cartwheels and handstands. It's something different than constantly doing a bench press or what. As much as I love the gym, I love the weights, the machines, I love it. But the idea of just the flow beauty of calisthenics, I love it. That's my creative side as well. I'm able to incorporate that into the gym because naturally I'm not all that creative. I am with my business, I am with showing up on social media, but I love to be a little bit more, me and a few of my friends who I used to work with at the time when I was there, we had a paint and sip night, and honestly it was so nice to just get the paints out and create a pretty little picture. And that is where we need to be. And it doesn't have to be that. There's so much out there, isn't there? Like mosaics, pottery, knitting, that's the side of creativity. Do you practice any of that at all? It doesn't matter if you do or you don't. These are just little things to think about. Do you feel disconnected from your body? And by that, I mean, do you not really think about what you're eating, how much you're sleeping to nourish your body, even applying your body butter after the shower? Do you just do it sort of religiously, not really thinking? Or do you intentionally pop on your face mask or paint your toes or, connect to your body and your feminine energy in a place of love as well? So even it's looking in the mirror and being thankful for the vessel that you are in and not literally criticizing every spot, every mark, every imperfection. So do you feel connected to your body or disconnected? This one is a big one, craving validation instead of feeling self-sourced. So by that, do you already have that love within you? Do you already validate yourself? Do you already know who the fuck you are? Know that you are worthy, that you are incredible, that you are this beautiful light being that was sent here on this earth at this time for a reason. We're all here for a reason. Do you embody that feeling of validation within you, or do you crave it externally? And another one, being tired but wired. Oh my gosh, I go through this one a lot, and it kind of links into the overthinking and overworking. So I have so many ideas for my business and so many passions and projects and things that I really want to work on, and I'm going to sleep and I'm freaking exhausted, but my mind is like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to message this person, and I'm going to work on this and that, and da-da-da-da-da-da. It's exhausting. I'm literally I'll wake up the next day and I'm freaking wired, but I'm exhausted mentally, physically, but I'm literally just whoa, in full flow. So I'm saying a lot of these things, honestly, I am heavily into that masculine energy myself, and it is something that I'm constantly having to work on to come back to that feminine flow. And a lot of us will have to. Yeah, there's no judgment here, but this is how we can work on it, and this is how you can kind of acknowledge where you are slightly out of balance and correcting that for yourself, if you so wish to. I mean, even with these, I know I've given a few examples, but disconnected from your body, I think often I do a lot of things, again, with very little intention. I'll put my makeup on, or I'll have a shower, and now it's I'll be cleansing my body, or I'll moisturize afterwards, and I do it with love, I do it with intention. I am moisturizing the skin on my body, making it feel soft and supple and beautiful. I'm intentionally, when I do go through these dry spells and with my creativity, that is when I go all in on pushing through it and, go do my cartwheels in the gym, or go and have my paint and sip night, or just simply dance in my living room, in my bedroom, whatever. Put on some music and dance. And definitely a good one that I've worked on with the tired but wired scenario is meditation before sleep, 100%. Or even if you do get these ideas in the middle of the night, like getting up, writing them down, just put them on paper, and then you can right, that's it now. I've got them down. I can switch off. This is my time to sleep, because sleep is just as important as all these ideas. In fact, more so. So that's just a few signs that you might be needing a little bit of an energy upgrade here. And if that is the case, if any of these are relatable, then you are in the right place. And here's just a couple of tools as to how we can actually try right now to shift our energy. Okay. First of all, going back to breath work, there is this like a goddess breath. And that very much connects to the body. It's about slow, intentional breathing and acknowledging your body. Okay, so we can take slow, deep breaths into the belly and visualize light flooding through the body. So you could be breathing in and out, doesn't matter if it's through the nose, through the mouth, whatever works best for yourself. But in that moment, closing your eyes and visualizing a bright white light just dropping into the crown and flooding through your entire body. I'm going to call that the goddess breath. And that's how you can just quickly, just right there in that moment, reconnect to your body again and feel present in that moment with you, with your soul, with your spirit, with yourself. And then there's that sensual movement. Again, as women, we have to have sensuality and flow. So put on your favorite music and dance it out. And that could be full on, slamming your head around and shaking your booty. Or it could just be swaying, softly swaying to the music, or even stretching. Stretching with intention. Listen to your body. Do we need to stretch out our back, or point our toes, or shake our arms about? What is your body telling you? So again, you're feeling into your body and what she needs. Another one, this is one that again you could do right now, and that is adoring yourself, admiring yourself. Yeah? So it's looking in the mirror and admiring who you are, looking deep into your eyes. Have you ever done that in the mirror, looked into your eyes? And you can put a timer onto it. And there's a few times it's made me so emotional. But again, it's connecting. You connect into yourself when you do things like this. But in terms of admiring your body and who you are, getting that cute dress that feels good on your body, that makes you feel good, that signature scent, the special jewellery, or even, going to Ann Summers and treating yourself to that cute little lingerie set just for you because you deserve it. It's admiring who you are, the body, your temple, which is so beautiful and keeps you alive every single day. So creative flow, I know I mentioned a few of these before, but this is something that you could do right now. So getting pen and paper and journaling, writing down your thoughts, your feelings. Let your spirit, let your subconscious lead the way. They always do. And you write pages and pages when you thought that you'd open your book and you'd have nothing to say. But yeah, painting like I did, a little paint and sip, even organise a night with the girls or go to an event. Singing, putting your music on and singing in the shower, singing in the car, singing to your friends. Cooking, if you enjoy cooking or baking, that's a beautiful expression of creativity. Do the things that are lighting you up. Really lean into how you choose to be creative. Now, this is a beautiful one that I've been practicing more and more recently lately, and that is a pleasure pause. Actually taking a little mindful break throughout the day, and whether that could be that you just sat in the sun and feeling the sun on your face, but intentionally, again, just sitting there and like, just feeling that glowing sun on your face and the way that that makes you feel, the heat, the beauty of that moment. But another one that I kind of have been doing as well, and it ties in well because I've been doing it in the garden. So I've been sitting there by the flower bed, beautiful flowers that my mum has. She has this raised flower bed and it is so stunning. And I sit there and I'm in the sunlight, so I've got the sun on my face, and I sit there with this gorgeous, I'm obsessed right now with those Starbucks protein iced coffee drinks, yeah? It's my favourite one is the chocolate mocha. And I have my cute little mug. I fill it up with ice and pour over my iced chocolate, and I just sit there in the sun by the flower bed just sipping on this drink, and oh my gosh, it makes me feel so happy because I'm taking that moment, I'm really savouring that moment. You know that saying that often the smallest moments turn out to be the biggest. So for me, watching a sunset, the amount of times that they could make me emotional, the beauty that I feel in that moment, listening to the waves crash, listening to the birds sing, watching the leaves swaying on the trees. Oh my gosh, it gets you into such a beautiful, energetic state. And this is free. This is just something that you can do for free, just looking at nature and the way that it connects you back to yourself, to your femininity, reconnects you to your soul, your spirit. So pleasure pause. What is that for you? And finally, another little idea of how you can quite literally transform your energy right now is a visualization. You could actually do a goddess visualization. So that could be, just closing your eyes. Again, maybe you can't do this right now if you're in the car or you're in the gym or however that you may be listening to me right now. But if you can, close your eyes and just imagine right now the highest, most magnetic version of yourself walking into a room. In fact, imagine her walking down a gold staircase. She's walking down this gold staircase. She is confident. She is empowered. She is a goddess and she embodies that goddess energy. How does she move? How does she speak to other people? How does she show up? See that smile on her face, the joy and sparkle in her eyes. Watch as everyone is admiring her, is magnetized to her incredible energy. You can become that highest level version of yourself right now, today. Become her. That is how easy it is. You are in control. You have the power. As women, we are very powerful. We need to lean into that power. She is always there within us. I know I mentioned this before, but honestly, when you are magnetic, when you align your energy with that frequency of just receiving, of magnetism, of abundance, just opportunities, they just show up out of nowhere. People, they just naturally gravitate towards you because they feel your energy and they want to be a part of it. Everything just seems to open up. Yeah, this energy, when you align yourself with this energy, it's so powerful. Especially powerful if you are single, because your aura will literally change what you attract. So imagine if you're saying to yourself every day, you know, that I'm ugly, or I'm not good enough, or I can't do this, or life sucks, or all men are shit. What are you going to attract? You're going to attract bad luck, no opportunities, shitty men, horrible experiences, and just a generally negative energy and attitude around you in your aura. When I go out and about, I can quite honestly say I can't remember the last time I have ever had a negative experience with anybody, stranger, family, what have you. It's been ages. It's been so long. I cannot remember the last time that I raised my voice. I cannot remember the last time that I saw anything that would disturb me out and about. I don't know. I'm not explaining myself very well, but basically what I'm saying is I only ever have good experiences, because that's all I expect to have with people out and about on my own, or with the people that I come across when I was in work, you know, things like that. It just becomes your baseline of what you are open to and of what you will receive. Honestly, leaning into my goddess energy has opened so many doors for me. And it's only really been probably in this year. I mean, I think I'd already had a much more raised energy and vibration and was vibrating much higher. But honestly, since I've really leaned into that femininity and that goddess-like embodiment, so many opportunities have come to me and so much beautiful energy is around me. I just feel it. It's here. Everything is open to me. Whether that be in business, love, friendships. Everything is aligning because I'm aligned and I'm attracting the frequency that I am at. And so again, just another little guided mini meditation for you. If you are open to that and you are able to do that right now, I highly encourage it. Just take a couple of really deep breaths with me right now. Into your nose and out from your mouth. Just a couple of deep breaths. And really anchor into your body. Feel roots growing from the base of your spine if you're sat down, from your feet if you're stood up or walking. Feel those roots growing into the earth, rooting you into Mother Nature. And just visualize yourself right now, eyes open or shut if you are walking, but you could visualize yourself right now as radiant, as magnetic. You are glowing. I am telling you that you are glowing right now. You are magnetic. See yourself that way. Have you noticed how maybe your shoulders and back have raised and come back? Your head is lifted higher, your chest out. Maybe your strides are larger if you're walking, or maybe you've got a little smile on your face right now as you visualize yourself being this radiant, glowing energy, this goddess energy. And I want you to repeat these affirmations out loud or in your mind. I am magnetic. I am radiant. And I am worthy of all that I desire. And once again, I am magnetic. I am radiant. And I am worthy of all that I desire. Deep breath in for me. And if you have your eyes shut, you can now open your eyes, come back to the room. If you're out and about, you can shake off that meditation vibe. And we are back to it. So you're there now. Your energy has shifted. Your frequency has raised. You are that goddess energy. You are embodying that. So just remember, now that you are in that feminine energy and that you are that goddess, we want to stay in that place. So remember that this feminine energy, it's not just about doing more. It is not about doing more. It's about being more. And right now you are. And you can stay in that place. I would truly love to hear from you and know what is your favorite instant upgrade practice. It could be from those that I've listed, or maybe you have one of your own. Please share it. You can drop it in the comments or tag me on your stories that you've listened to this podcast and share with others how it made you feel, what you will be continuing to practice. As always, you can continue to listen to my podcast for all the feel-good vibes and love, support and encouragement that you truly do deserve. You can always chat with me in the DMs. I love having conversations with you guys. I have so many beautiful conversations and it is amazing to be able to connect with so many of you. And finally, if you are local to the Bolton, Bury, North Manchester area, you are of course more than welcome to attend some of our community events. I always advertise my events through my Instagram, or you can also find my group page on Facebook, which is Rise Meetups and Events CIC. It has been a pleasure today guiding you through this, and I have survived. Even though I am hot and sweaty, but this is a beautiful episode. I truly hope that it has touched you in some way, shape or form. I hope that you've received some guidance from this and some practices that you can implement today. And more than anything, I hope that you truly know just how radiant, magnetic and beautiful that you are already. Continue to embody that. Take that energy with you as you go through your day, as you go through your week, and as you go through your life. Yeah, you've got this. Thank you so much for listening. As always, if you loved the episode, please share it on your stories, send to a friend, give it a like, give it a comment, and I love to hear from you. And I will see you again on the next episode.